Are you eating enough fruits and vegetables? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to notice a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. As a wellness coach for over 12 years, fruits and vegetables are my thing. And I know that you know that most of us are not eating enough, not by a long shot. And we've been trying, some of us have been trying and on and off and kind of thing. And meanwhile, our brain may be suffering. Okay, so did you catch my last video? I did a video a few days ago and it was about green smoothies. So if you didn't catch it, you can find it on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page. Keep your brain sharp and take a look at it there. It's a short little video, but today I wanted to talk more extensively about the specific ingredients that you need if you're going to be drinking brain healthy smoothies. Okay, so we're focusing on ingredients because if you get those ingredients directly into your brain that your brain needs, it will run more smoothly, it will age gracefully, and it can protect you from having a lot of damage being done up there in your brain. Okay, so we're talking smoothies. You already know that smoothies are easy, they're convenient, they're portable, they're tasty, and they can be very filling. Plus, they are jam-packed with nutrients. So, we're not talking just about any old smoothie now, because just like salads and nutrition bars and even popcorn can be smothered with so much junk that the nutrients are practically none and void. They're overridden with things that are bad for you. And so if you're not careful, you can do the same thing with your smoothies. Most of us, when we think of smoothies, we think about protein shakes, okay? And we focus on the protein that we're putting in them. Some of us want the fruit smoothies, because those are so sweet and they taste so refreshing and things. And that's wonderful. But we're talking about brain healthy smoothies. And that means green drinks. Okay, that may sound a little suspect to some of you guys, but they actually can taste good as well. And the main point is that they're going to have those nutrients that your brain needs. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. I know that some of you have decided on having a plant-based diet, cutting back on the meat that you're eating, not eating meat every day. And a lot of you also do fasting. You fast regular, okay? So you push yourself away from that table on a regular basis, and those things are great. Good for you. But in doing that, sometimes you can become deficient in certain nutrients that you were accustomed in getting in meat. Or if you only eat a small window of time, you may get into the habit of eating just certain things and depriving yourself of other things, or eating just the things that you like and not getting a well-balanced diet. So there are some concerns there and some risks you take with doing that, which makes it even more important that you take a look at smoothies, because smoothies can be a great help in filling that gap to make sure you're getting those nutrients that you might not otherwise be getting because you're not eating as much meat as you used to eat, or maybe not eating any meat or dairy, and you're also not eating round the clock. Okay, so that's a great solution, is to get accustomed to drinking smoothies, especially brain healthy green smoothies. Okay, so in order to know exactly what a brain healthy smoothie is, you have to know what your brain needs. Okay, so let's talk about the things that the brain needs, and then we'll have a really good idea of the things that should be included in this brain healthy green drinks. Okay, so what does the brain need? You know that the brain's going to need some omegas, right? Some healthy fats, because our brain is 60% fat and our brain functions with that healthy fat. And so we're going to need omega-3s, okay? We're also going to need protein. So, people that are taking those protein shakes and stuff, yes, you also are going to need protein, but since it's in a smoothie form, it's going to be a plant-based protein, which, believe it or not, You can get protein from plants, okay? And that's not to say that you can't ever eat meat, but we're talking about smoothies now, okay? So we want the protein in your smoothie as well, okay? So you want the healthy fats, you want the protein, and you also want your vitamins and your minerals, okay? So when you think about vitamins, there's specific vitamins that the brain needs and can functions better when it's not depleted of those things. And so you're going to just start with the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, and then you're going to jump to the K, okay? So A, B, C, D, E, and you're going to jump to K. So those are the vitamins you need to ensure that you're getting on a regular basis. And a lot of people that are on a plant-based diet or vegetarian or vegan or whatever have a little issue with the B vitamins, especially B12. A lot of people on plant-based diets also have an issue with iron. They're not getting enough iron because the iron does not get absorbed as well from the plant-based. So they say you actually have to, they recommend twice as much iron. You know, so whatever the RDF iron is, double that, almost double that if you're going with plant-based, okay? So you need to make sure you're getting that iron and calcium as you get older in your 50s and above. You need more calcium, which also means you're going to need magnesium as well. So you're going to be looking at specific vitamins and minerals that you get. Also choline, which is actually not a vitamin, not a mineral, but an essential nutrient that your brain especially does need. It helps with your memory and a lot of other things that your brain needs to function and to become more efficient and to repair. So you need that. And they say that actually it's kind of like on the vitamin D thing. They say that actually only 8 to 10 people in our population actually are not deficient in choline. And although you can get it, you know, with animal meats and things like that, you also can get it through plants. You just need to be aware of the ones that contain it so that you make sure that you're eating those things. So that's why we're talking about this, because when you're going to drink your green smoothies, it's not just going to be anything and not just be based on how it tastes. It's going to be based on what your brain needs, and we're still going to make it taste good for you too. But you want to make sure you get those essential things in there. So you need your healthy fats, you need your plant-based protein, you need your vitamin A, B, C, D3. Of course, your best source of D3 is the sunlight, but you also can get some in foods as well. A, B, C, D, E, and your K, and your choline. And then you need your minerals, and we talked about some of them. You need your calcium, you need your iron, you need your magnesium, you need your zinc. Okay, so if you're aware of all those things when you're making your smoothies, you will be making a brain healthy smoothie. Now, I know that sounds a little overwhelming, so I'm going to try to make it easier for you, try to make it simple for you, okay? So I talk about the big five, all right? So we're talking green drinks. We're talking about the big five. So we're talking about broccoli, spinach, kale, chard, and sprouts, okay? And you all are familiar with making smoothies with spinach, making smoothies with kale. I don't know if a lot of you know about broccoli leaves and broccoli sprouts, but those are very extremely nutritious, has a lot in there for you. And sprouts, a lot of people know from, you know, all the little fad things, drinks that are out now, and they always put the sprouts in there, you know, the mung bean sprouts or the alfalfa sprouts or the broccoli sprouts or the radish sprouts, whatever sprouts. And sprouts, you know, are extremely potent. Okay, so we're talking about the big five. We're talking about broccoli, we're talking about spinach, we're talking about kale, chard, which is Swiss chard, rainbow chard, whatever kind of chard you want. And we're talking about sprouts. So if you remember the big five, that's going to be your base for your smoothies. And the things that you want to do for your brain healthy smoothie is try to get up to at least putting 3 of those in there. You may need to start with mine. I know a lot of people start with spinach because spinach doesn't have that strong of a taste. You know, it's kind of mild taste, and you can put a lot with it. So spinach is fine because it is very nutritious, you know, but try to add broccoli leaves. I'm not talking about broccoli florets. I'm talking about the leaves when you grow broccoli, or the sprouts from broccoli, okay? Put that in there. Or broccoli if you want to chop up the florets, but it's kind of stringy, I think, or whatever. Leaves would be better. But anyway, so your broccoli, your kale, your chard, and your spinach, and your sprouts. Okay, so those are your big five. You know you're going to put some kind of liquid in there. All right, so water is wonderful. And of course, but you can get more nutritious than not the water is not good for you because you do need the water. But if you want to put kefir in there. You're getting that fermented drink in there, so that's going to be healthy as well. Or the coconut water in there, or almond milk, or any kind of nut milks, or whatever you want to go with that. Or you can use just water. Okay, so that's your base. That's your base. Now you may have to start out with just one or something, but try to get to at least 3. And if you can get to 5, let the Lord use you. Get 5, the big 5 all in there. Because guess what, guys? If you get those in there, 2 or 3 of those in there, the 15 things that I've talked about the brain needs, when I talked about, you know, all the vitamins and the minerals that it needs and the omegas and all that kind of stuff, if you get 2 or 3 of those big 5 in there, you've already covered almost all of those. If you just put your broccoli leaves or broccoli sprouts and things in there, there's only 3 other things, ingredients, 3 other nutrients that you need to consciously add to that. Okay, if you put your spinach, there's only 3 others that you need to put with that. It's a different 3 than the broccoli, but there's only 3. So that's why you want 2 or 3 of those. If you put your sprouts in there, there's only like 5 or 6 more things that you need to use. Okay, so that's why if you put the big 5 in there, at least 2 or 3 of the big 5 in there, you are 80% finished with the nutrients that you need for your brain healthy smoothie. Doesn't that make it easy? That makes it a lot simpler, guys. It makes it a lot simpler. Then you just need to know what's missing, okay? And most of the time, what's going to be missing is your omegas, okay? Omega-3s you need to find from your omega-3 choices, okay? So you can talk about avocado, you can talk about flaxseed, you can talk, you know, about dulce, seaweed, or whatever kind of omega-3 that you want to put in there. Depending on which of the big 5 you use, you're going to be short different things. You're going to be short B12 for some of them, B69 for some of the other ones. So you have to see what you're using. But I have something to give to you if you'd like, which will show you what's in what, so you can figure that thing out. Okay, and so then you just need to put your sweetener. And of course, the sweetener, you don't even, optimally, you wouldn't even put a sweetener in there. You would just toss that thing, but a lot of us aren't going to be able to do that, are we? You know, but you still want a natural sweetener. So you want dates. I like dates because dates are going to give you some choline that you need that. And it's also sweet, very, very sweet. Okay. And it's, you know, a natural sugar so that you can make a date paste that you put in there, you know, so you can put that in there, or, you know, you can go with other natural fruits, you know, like berries, strawberries, whatever. So there's a whole list of different things you can put there. But your goal is to wean yourself off of a lot of sugar, because you don't want to put you want the greens really to take over, but you just want it sweet enough, you know, so that you like how it tastes, so you can wean yourself from that. And you can start with more sweet than greens if you need to, just to get you going. But you want to get to the point where you're having predominantly those greens in there. Okay, so once you do that, guys, you're just about finished with your brain healthy smoothie. You can add, you know, ice cubes and things if you want to do that or whatever, you know, and that is what you're going to do. Some people recommend that you have a quart, like 32 ounces of smoothies throughout your day. You know, then you want to get an ample amount, and you want the variety in there. So you want to be creative and put other fruits in there, or other, you can add other vegetables in there. Also, you can add aloe vera, which is really, really good for you. You can add a lot of different things. Pumpkin, you can use a lot of different things that are good for you as well. So, but once you put your big 5, my point is, once you draw from your big 5 first, you are 90% good. Okay, so not just one of them, because if you just do one, you are definitely going to be deficient. So 2 or 3 different big 5. We're talking broccoli, spinach, kale, chard, and sprouts. Okay, we're talking that. All right. So what else I wanted to say? Okay, if you are trying to do a plant-based diet, okay, they say that people that are vegetarians or vegans or plant-based diet are more than likely going to be low in their iron, their calcium, their B12, okay, their choline. All right, so this is the time to get that in your smoothie. It's really important to keep your brain on point, okay, because your brain's destiny, as I always say, is in your hands. So if you want one, my freebie handouts is a list of, I have a chart, and it has like B12, and I'll have a list of plant-based B12s. It's 2 pages. One is for the veggies and stuff, and one is for the fruit. So you can kind of see, so you can mix and match them up, because variety is wonderful as well. So you're not always getting the exact same proportion of nutrients, but you're mixing them up, because different plants have different proportions of different things, and some have different things altogether. So you don't want to stick with just one kind of smoothie. You want to mix that thing up, okay? And there's all kinds of creations that you can do. So if you're interested in that, you can just go to my website, keepyourbrainsharp.com. I have a resource library. You can gain access to my resource library, and in that it'll have a list of different handouts and things, different freebies that I offer on the different videos that I've done. And this is video number 152. So scroll down to that, or scroll down where it says green drink or whatever. Just peruse, just browse through and see what you like or whatever. But get that and start using it as soon as possible, because your brain's destiny is in your hands.